Sometimes people say we should forget the past and then we all end up laughing. But really, some memories stick with us forever. These can be as deep as the love we feel for someone or as painful as times when others have hurt or bullied us. Today, I want to focus on those tough times when someone gets hurt. Guess who I'm talking about today? Yep, if you thought of Meghan Markle, you nailed it. Recently, her assistant decided it was time to set the record straight about a bullying scandal involving Meghan. We're going to dive deep into that story in today's video. Thanks for tuning in to the King YouTube channel. Samantha Cohen, a former assistant to Meghan Markle, has shared that she was questioned by palace staff concerning claims that Meghan bullied her team, causing some to resign. Meghan Markle has consistently denied these accusations. However, an internal email detailing these allegations was eventually leaked to the media. It seems that hiding the truth is quite challenging somehow. It always finds a way to surface. In my view, the evidence was quite clear. Jason Knopf, the then communications secretary at Kensington Palace, sent an email expressing his concerns to Simon Case, who was Prince William's private secretary at the time. He wrote that he was very concerned about how the Duchess had reportedly bullied two personal assistants out of their positions within the past year. The details regarding the treatment of these individuals, whose names are not disclosed, were described as completely unacceptable. Knopf also noted that the Duchess seemed to continually target someone, attempting to undermine their confidence. Multiple reports from people who had witnessed this unacceptable behavior were also mentioned in his concerns. At that time, he was the secretary for both couples, and when William learned about Meghan's alleged behavior, he wanted to discuss it with Harry. However, Harry was not open to the conversation. He dismissed the concerns, suggesting that William was merely repeating what others were saying about Meghan. Honestly, if I were William, I might have been quite frustrated with Harry for not being more receptive. After all, William was trying to address the issue out of concern, and Harry's response was less than cooperative. Clearly, Harry seemed indifferent to the feelings of others, not concerned about the suffering some were reportedly experiencing. In his book, Spare Harry mentioned problematic situations with staff, but described them as non-constructive. It might have been better if he had attempted to engage with and listen to those affected, rather than dismissing their feelings. Instead, he focused on ensuring that Meghan was heard and respected. This raises the question, why wasn't this courtesy extended to everyone? And then there are their public appearances, the explosive Oprah Winfrey interview, the controversial Netflix series, and Harry's revealing book. Why undertake such public projects while seemingly rejecting any criticism or differing perspectives from his own family, who have moved on without him? It's also curious that Meghan did not request the release of the report. If she were innocent, wouldn't she want to clear her name? Considering Meghan's public silence on these accusations, some might interpret it as telling. Meanwhile, those accused of spreading falsehoods about Meghan are unlikely to remain quiet. They likely have evidence to support their claims, and it seems probable that Meghan is not pleased about this. We have considerable information suggesting that Meghan has engaged in severe bullying. From what has been discussed, bullying in any context is deeply troubling, but it appears Meghan's actions extended into her college years. It's alleged that she went as far as to superglue the eyelids of not just one, but two fellow students during a sorority initiation. Reports claim that Meghan's father had to financially compensate these students to avoid legal consequences for his daughter, which supposedly led to her being sent to Argentina. These incidents were reportedly hushed up, and it's believed that she was expelled from university, explaining why there are no records of her completing her degree. I find it very difficult to feel positive about Meghan. I made a promise to myself a long time ago not to hate anyone, but it's challenging when I think about her actions. I just wish I could help Harry see the situation clearly. This woman has behaved in ways that seem truly harmful. She's been described as unkind and insensitive. I can't imagine having a daughter-in-law like her. Nowadays, people are more open-minded about marrying across different social and economic backgrounds, which is great. However, Meghan's actions make it hard to regard her favorably. She's been accused of bullying her employees and schoolmates and overshadowing others unfairly. If someone close to her were treated this way, I wonder how she would feel. But then again, it seems she might not be too concerned about her relatives either. It's well known that Meghan can be very hard to please. This reputation dates back to her time on Suits and continued when she joined the royal family, earning her the nickname Difficult Duchess among the staff. Her podcast team also found her challenging to work with, which is why many talent agencies have dropped her. It seems she enjoys bullying people, winding them up, and even causing them to cry. She appears to find pleasure in undermining others and can't seem to stop herself. Just take her behavior at the polo match as an example. She pushed the presenter aside to take the trophy and give it to Harry herself. This isn't the first time she's acted this way. Meghan's actions in public reveal her true character. She often displays a lack of consideration for others, and one can only imagine how she behaves in private. Her approach is quite concerning and doesn't seem to match her public image. It's ironic that someone who claims to be a humanitarian and advocate for women's rights ends up bullying others behind the scenes. The reality seems far from her public persona. Many former employees could likely share different stories if they weren't bound by NDAs. It seems Meghan doesn't understand what being a humanitarian means. Perhaps a preschooler could explain it to her. Her cold-heartedness is evident. It's clear there's something deeply troubling about her behavior. The Netflix documentary featuring Meghan Markle's exaggerated curtsy drew a lot of negative attention. People who watch that video, even years down the line, may not understand the significance of the moment or the late Queen's legacy. This kind of behavior can set a poor example for future generations. Additionally, the apparent lack of respect shown when Prince Philip passed away was concerning. Disrespecting the deceased, especially someone of his stature, is a serious matter. Many believe that someday Meghan will face consequences for her actions, either in this world or the next. Meghan's behavior towards other women often comes across as vicious bullying. Typically, bullies behave this way because they feel a sense of inferiority or inadequacy. They might think they are less beautiful or less accomplished, leading them to target others out of jealousy. Meghan seems to especially focus on younger women, perhaps because she envies their youth or success. When feelings of jealousy mix with a harsh disposition, it can lead to bullying and even aggressive behavior. This kind of conduct points to a lack of courage on her part, as it suggests she's insecure about herself. Meghan's actions are reminiscent of the Wicked Queen in the story of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, constantly comparing herself to others and seeking to diminish those she perceives as threats. It's clear who Meghan is as a person if you observe how she's treated her father and her past relationships. Harry seems to enable her behavior, and in some ways, he's just as problematic. He's shown himself to be foolish and weak as Meghan seems to dominate their relationship. He appears unable to stand up to her. If Harry doesn't understand what Meghan's up to, it suggests he's not a very good partner. On the other hand, if he knows but chooses not to guide her towards better behavior, he seems complicit in her actions. Either way, he seems just as responsible as she is, and perhaps doesn't warrant as much of our attention. It's concerning to think about how many people might currently be dealing with Meghan's demanding behavior. In the past, she lost her second close assistant, Samantha Cohen, amid rumors about Meghan making unreasonable demands, such as expecting her assistant to start work at 5 in the morning. One can't help but wonder if Meghan even gets up that early herself or if she remains in bed while making others work. Have you ever had to work for a boss like Meghan Markle? I'd love to hear your stories and how you managed the situation. Did you quit? And if so, how did it happen? If it were me, I don't think I could handle that kind of behavior for very long. I'd likely leave on the first day and tell her exactly where she could put her demands. While nothing in this world may be truly impossible, it seems Meghan embodies many troubling qualities and actions. Despite that, I hope she eventually understands her mistakes and repents for them. Though past actions can't be undone, a genuine change of heart would at least be a step in the right direction. It's important for us all to strive for a society based on kindness and respect for one another. Thank you so much for watching our videos. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments and hope you enjoy our content. Please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to our channel. Goodbye for now, and stay tuned for more videos about the King YouTube channel.